I'd like to talk to you this week about self-care, and before you switch off the video and just say I haven't got time for that, I'm urging you to take a few moments to listen to this video. Now, this video is going out to all those who are caring for somebody that they love, whether that's your son or daughter, it could be your partner, it could be anybody that you care for. It's so easy for us to push ourselves and push ourselves and push ourselves. It feels utterly counterintuitive to look after ourselves because what's going on in our mind is often, well, how can I take any time off? How can I look after myself when they are really struggling? But here's the thing. When we don't look after ourselves, we become exhausted. And when we are exhausted, our minds are a bit like the sand jar that I spoke about last week, which was it's all shaken up. We can't think straight, we become reactive, we say things that we then maybe later regret. We know what it's like, don't we? When we're tired, whether that's in a work context as well, we miss things, or in a different relationship, we might say something to a friend or a partner that we then go, oh gosh, why did I say that? But when somebody's ill that we're looking after, it feels that we've got to put them first all the time. We've got to look after their needs. And I know you will have heard this before if you've listened to any of our videos or read our book, but I'm going to repeat it again. It's when we're ready for takeoff, the air crew, the stewards, they run through all of the safety procedures and they say to us, if there is a drop in cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop automatically from the ceiling. Put yours on before you help anybody else with theirs. And that includes a small child. Because if we are without oxygen, we can't survive. And I think that's such an important metaphor for us as parents and carers to truly see the truth in that. That if we are exhausted, if we are running on empty, then we can't look after somebody else. And I say this and I feel passionate about sharing this with you because I didn't do that. I didn't do that and I was exhausted. And I remember finally going to see a friend of mine who was a sports massage therapist because my whole spine was rigid and I was in constant pain. And I went to see her, and at this point I hadn't told a soul. I hadn't told a soul what we were going through at home. And I went to see her and I lay on her couch face down with my face through that hole, and she put her hands on my back, and the next thing I knew she was on the floor underneath looking up at me, and she said, Rebecca, I feel emotional. Rebecca, what is going on in your life? Okay. And it was almost like she had given me permission to let go, to actually tell her what was going on, allow her to look after me, allow her to help my body. And it was really powerful. And I don't know what self-care looks like to you. And I'm not talking about the bubble baths and the scented candles, although those are absolutely right for you if that's what you are urged to do. But it's something deeper than that. It's as well creating a boundary around what's important for you. And that could be carving out space for you to meet up with friends, or to go to your yoga class or meditation class or kickboxing class. And it's kind of putting the boundary around it that is sacred, that time, that space is sacred for you. It could be that it's you just take yourself off with your book into your bedroom and close the door, and you sit and read there. Or it could be that you meet a friend for a walk every however often that's important. You taking the dog out on your own just for some space. It could be anything. Doing what you love, or what you have loved but have dropped because the desire, the urge to focus wholly on the person that you're caring for. And I get it, and I was the same. But it is so important that we nourish ourselves in whatever way that looks important for us. Because you see, when we do that, two things happen, probably more than two things happen. We are showing the person that we care for that it is good to look after yourself. And that's really important. We're modeling that behavior, if you like. So subliminally, in a way, you're saying, look, I'm looking after myself. And you are allowed to do that too. And the other thing is that you recharge yourself. And that's so important. It's like, how many times have we left the house with our phone already, the battery in the red, and we're kind of panicking a bit, and we don't want to use it because we're fearful that, it's going to switch off. Or we notice 5 minutes before leaving that it's in the red. So we stick it on charge and it just pops out of the red. And then very quickly it's back in the red again. That's what we're doing often. What would it be like for you to recharge yourself, like your phone, so that you go out with 100% battery? I hope that this gives you some food for thought. I would love you to come back with comments, or come back to me with your thoughts and your worries about this, and how do I do this? And I'm really struggling to do this, maybe. Or maybe you haven't even considered that this is an essential part of the journey that you're on right now. Do come back to me, and I look forward to hearing from you, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.